Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to a little interview, special edition of our YouTube channel videos that we've got going on. An interview we're going to do today with one of our customers, our very valued clients and customers, Andrew Hewitt, also labelled as Australia's most inspirational drummer. We've recently completed a Turny Evo installation for Andrew, which he's gone through a whole bunch of funding and all that kind of thing to get there, and he's given us some great feedback on it. So we thought we'd come over here and just ask a couple of questions about his journey so far and the journey to getting the job done, and also life post-job, and see if it can help some people out there. So thanks, Andrew, but first we'll get into it. Tell us a bit about your drumming and how you got into that, and a bit of background around that.
Okay, well, my parents got me a drum kit when I was 10 years old, thinking I'd be good for more physical exercise. Because of my CP, I didn't get out and play sport. So I'd come home from school, spend an hour bashing away on the drum kit, and until my parents had enough and come and told me to shut up. So it sort of, from then it sort of grew on. I started playing in bands as I was 19, and then I moved to Melbourne in 92, and then just started playing a few bands around there, working in IT during the day, and then work in IT dried up, so I decided I wanted to take it on as a more full-time thing. So nowadays I specialise in doing drumming programs for people with disabilities, and I teach from my home here. I also travel around the world a little bit. Last year I did a gig in the USA in January, and I played at a disability festival in Berlin, Germany last October.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're a true inspiration then, so for everybody. That's pretty awesome. And is drumming something that you've always kind of just been into, like it's something that you always...
It's, like I said, I've never played sport. I've never sort of had any other real interest. And it's just been a passion that's taken off ever since I was a kid.
Are there any bands or rock stars or anyone that inspires you?
Rick Allen from Def Leppard.
Yeah.
He's only got one arm, and Rick showing what he's done with his career proves that anyone can do it.
Yeah. Well, that's true. And I mean, you doing what you're doing is pretty amazing as well. And
I've travelled all over the world, wheelchair and all, and it's challenging to say the least. But when you get there and do the gig, it makes all the hard work getting there worthwhile.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty amazing stuff, and we'll talk a little bit about the other programs you've got coming up later, like Can Do Musos and that. But talking about the challenge and I guess paying off the end, kind of a bit of a good segue to talk about, I guess, the funding and the NDIS journey, because you were talking about how that was a bit challenging, and I guess, do you have any stories around that and what you went through? And
our biggest issue with NDIS was we found that the coordinators wouldn't actually listen to my needs. They always assumed what I needed, and it just got so frustrating. And I pushed, and after 18 months, we finally got you guys to do our car mod that we desperately needed. My son and my wife were physically lifting me in and out of our car all the time.
Yeah.
And that wasn't doing their backs any good.
Yeah.
So it's a long battle, but in the end it pays off.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, it shows a testament to, it's just obviously your personality is a hardworking and pushing and don't give up personality, because you've been all around the world and you're pushing with the NDIS as well. So, and I think a lot of people after you will probably be very appreciative of the efforts that you're putting in, because I think what you're saying is important. Listening to your needs, because that's kind of the whole idea with the NDIS, is understanding what is your need and then being able to self-fund and fund those
NDIS is meant to be about choice. Meant to be about what you need to make your life easier functioning on a daily basis.
Yeah, yeah.
And unfortunately, some scenarios that's not actually happening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some people are getting short funded. Some people are not getting what they need.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And again, that comes down to people listening.
Yeah.
I always thought when they rolled out NDIS, they rolled it out as one size fits all. And that's not the case with a lot of people with disabilities.
Yeah.
I'm married. I live with my wife and 2 adult sons. And that's something that, yeah, be frowned upon some of the time. A person with a disability actually sort of trying to be a little bit independent and trying to...
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, we see that all the time with a lot of our clients as well.
Yeah.
And that's why I really wanted to talk to you, because our own personality is very similar to that. We don't like putting labels or fitting people in boxes and things like that. It's about people being, well, like what you were saying, everyone is slightly different. That's what we've noticed. Every one of our clients everyone is different, you know, and especially in the disability world, it's even more different, you know. I don't think you'll find that many drumming teachers that have got CP that go around the world.
Well, I specialise with people with disabilities because I feel that I've got more of an understanding having a disability myself.
Yeah.
I know what their struggles are when they're trying to go through their lessons and trying to get things right.
Yeah, that's right.
And the best feeling is when you get this big cheesy grin that says, I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's awesome. Yeah, it's great to see, and we love seeing that as well in our industry as well. And I guess moving on to finally getting through the funding and getting there at the end with that chair. And as you said, it's before that chair you were having people carry you and do their backs in, basically getting you into the vehicle.
Lifting me out of the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And lifting me into the car.
Yeah, and twisting their bodies and all of that kind of thing. And now basically all of that's almost pretty much gone.
Yeah.
So
all I do is I transfer from my wheelchair into the seat, and then someone hit the button and off I go.
And how are you finding that so far?
Really, really good.
Yeah.
It's been a real huge help.
And have you done anything?
That seat is a godsend.
Yeah, oh, that's great. And have you done anything like new or different that you wouldn't have done before, you think?
Not really. It just means that I can get out and go and do things a bit easier without having the stress of having to get in and out of the car.
Yeah. And do you have to have as many people with you when you're going out now?
No. Well, Jen and I can just go and do things on our own now.
Yeah. So you can do the husband and wife thing? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good.
And that was another thing which sort of frustrated me with NDIs. I didn't understand, like, yes, I have a disability, but we are husband and wife.
Yeah.
And they sort of didn't get the fact that I have to have, be able to go out and do things as a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, which is interesting because those little basic things are actually what makes a big difference in our lives. You know what I mean?
It is. It does. Yeah.
You know, so it's just those little things which actually, in the big scheme of things, make things more enjoyable in life.
The biggest challenging thing for us last year was October when we went to Berlin. 33 hours, 3 airports.
Oh wow! And how did you manage that?
Well, it was just Jen and I, and we were knackered by the time we got there.
Yeah. So you had a good rest when you got there?
We picked the shortest route we could. We went through Singapore. So it was like 8 hours from Sydney to Singapore, and then we break. We had a 6-hour layover in Singapore because our plane was running late from Germany.
Oh wow!
So we left Singapore at like 5 a.m. or something. Then had a 12-hour flight to Frankfurt, then an hour to Berlin, and it was interesting. We got to Berlin and there was no wheelchair taxi.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, Jen had to lift me into the taxi.
Oh no.
But I love being able to travel and do what I do.
Yeah.
And show people that a wheelchair shouldn't stop you being able to be successful at something you love doing.
Yeah. And actually really why I want to come here. It's very inspiring. I mean, even for me personally, the way I look at things is you need to just drive towards your dreams. You know, it doesn't matter what's in the way. Just go, keep going until you get there. You know, so and you may not get there, but you just got to enjoy that journey. You know, and the adventure of getting there. You know, so
for fun, you're trying.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you don't try, you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty good. So we'll wrap up the interview there. Thanks very much for that.
No worries.
And maybe if you want to go and give us a demo outside on how you use your seat,
Yeah,
that'd be great as well.
no worries.
All right. Thanks very much.